Children, today let us understand the story Quality, written by John Galsworthy. Quality is written in the time of Industrial Revolution, and the author and the narrator lived during that time, and he wrote many books and many stories, and most of his stories based on upper middle class commercial family, as he belonged to upper middle class commercial family, and his work also mainly deals with the socio class system prevalent at that time. And in this story also we will learn about a commercial family, Gessler brothers, and the hardship they faced by the changing of time. And in these stories, in his stories, he depicted such background. And in Quality also, he depicts Gessler family who lived in England but belonged to German. And he gives the story here, and it is there in page number 24. It is about the writer, and in the examination point you must go through this passage, and it is mainly needed to make your answer more effective. So you must read the last paragraph of page number 24. It is written like this: in the narrative story Quality, published in 1912, Galsworthy possesses the issue of the hardships that true artists have to face in a shallow, money mad world that attaches little importance to the ideals of quality and excellence. When you write your answer, if you add this point, it will be more effective. So you must read and understand this last paragraph which is mentioned in page number 24. Now let's come to the story. It's in page number 25 in your short stories book. It is story number 3, Quality, written by John Galsworthy, and it is a fiction. Fiction means an imaginary story. It's not a true incident, but bringing out some things which happened with the help of their own imagination. Here the author is bringing out this story Quality. It is a touching story of Gessler brothers who were honesty, keeping honesty, humility, and commitment towards their art of shoemaking. Here in this story, the protagonist is the younger brother of Gessler brothers. Two brothers were running a shoemaking shop, and the story goes like this, and the narrator and the author is explaining the shop where it is located in the beginning of the story. I knew him from the days of my extreme youth because he made my father's boots, inhabiting with his elder brother two little shops let into one in a small by street, now no more, but then most fashionable placed in the West End. So this shop was placed in the West End, and two shops joined together. Two brothers were running their shop, and one door joined together and one door. So both of them together were working in the shop. And the other, and the narrator is telling us that he knew them. Him in the first line refers the shoemaker. From the days of his extreme youth, he knew them when he was very young. Why? How? Because he made, the protagonist, the younger brother, made his father's boots, the narrator's father's boots, and both of them were in the shop. So, in the first paragraph, the author is introducing us about a shoemaker who made shoes for the author and also the narrator and also the narrator's father. That tenement had a certain quiet distinction. There was no sign upon its face that he made for any of the royal family, merely his own German name of Gessler Brothers. So they were running their shop, but it was not their own. Tenement means they have taken the shop for rent, and it's like complex having many shops for rent. So one of those shops, they were running their shoemaking shop, and there was not so attractive advertising board was put outside their shop, but only it had the name, that is German name. As I said in the beginning, they lived in England, but they belonged to German. So the shop had a name, Gessler Brothers. And in the window, a few pairs of boots. I remember that it always troubled me to account for those unvarying boots in the window, for he made only what was ordered, reaching nothing down, and it seemed so inconceivable that what he made would ever have failed to fit. Here, the picture of this shop is clearly depicted by words by the author. By these words, we can understand the Gessler Brothers shop was not so attractive, not having many attractive showpieces. In their shop, they had a few pairs of boots, and it was not varying, not changing, unvarying boots. Always those pairs of boots were kept in the window. They never changed it. Why? Because they were not having many boots to display. And it also gives us a clear picture about the poor condition of the shopkeeper. And also, he did not make many and keep it in the showpiece, as a showpiece in the window. What he does, he made only what was ordered. The protagonist, the younger brother, made only those boots which are ordered. So he didn't have many to keep it in the as a showpiece. Reaching nothing down, and it seemed so inconceivable, unbelievable, inconceivable, above my understanding, that what he made could ever have failed to fit. Though he did not make many to display in the window, but whatever shoes he made, it is unbelievable that have never failed to fit. Always he made such a shoes which is very fit to the customer and very good hand he had in making the shoes. Had he bought them to put thee? So that boots he is talking about was kept in that only. Did he buy it? Had he bought them to put there? Nothing he does. He never buy anything to display there also. What all he makes, that's all. He never put some attractive pieces to attract the customers to his shop. That too seemed inconceivable. He would never have tolerated in his house leather on which he had not worked himself. He never bought anything outside or in from market to display the piece in his shop, because he is such a artist. He never tolerated anything apart from his making. In his house, he would never have tolerated in his house leather on which he had not worked himself. So he was very honest and commitment towards his art of shoemaking. So he never believed in others' work. So he could not tolerate it. So he never bought and displayed something apart from what he made. Besides, they were too beautiful. So whatever he made, very fit and also very beautiful. The pair of pumps. Pumps means that is like cut shoes, just you slipped into. So cut shoes, so inexpressibly slim. So it was so beautifully made. The patent leathers with cloth tops. So he has used such a quality leather, and making water come into one's mouth, the tall brown riding boots with marvelous sooty glow, as if though new they had been worn 100 years. So the model was very old, and the boots which is kept on in the window is looking so new, and it is very attractive too. Those pairs could only have been made by one who saw before him the soul of boot. That means the soul of boot, the inner. That means those who know very well about the boot could have been made that. So truly were they prototypes incarnating the very spirit of all footgear. So he was the one who, as if, has created or made such a shoe. So he was very much praised by the author and the narrator about his art. The protagonist, the younger brother of Gessler brothers made such a boots. So in the other part of the story, we'll know how the narrator is attracted and moved by the quality shoemakers. Here we will stop. In the next class we will continue.